Hey, it's Mailbag Monday for September 23rd. Missed last week's mailbag. We were pretty busy with Grand Theft Auto coming out, so didn't. Honestly, I completely forgot. It's the first one I missed in a while. We're doing a pretty good job about sticking with it, but last week just completely slipped my mind. But we're back. So a couple things to plug before we start. First off, Grand Theft Auto. We're making a ton of Grand Theft Auto 5 vids right now. We're on pace to have, or one of the videos that Dan made last week is on pace to be our #1 most viewed video of all time, which is crazy. It's at like 130,000 views in less than a week right now, which is insane. The GTA 5 video about how to get a hooker. Obviously, a lot of people want to see that, so it's doing really well for us. We're also working on, or I'm working on a walkthrough. We're also doing a bunch of like Easter egg videos and prostitute videos and crazy stuff like that. And then later on this week, we're going to start doing a GTA 5 drink along. I'm not exactly sure what that's going to entail in-game, but obviously we can come up with some stupid stuff to do and drink doing it, playing Grand Theft Auto. The second thing is the Twitch stream. Still doing the happy hour, and it's going real well. It's growing really fast, actually. 6 to 8 Eastern every day. Last week I streamed Grand Theft Auto, and then this week I'm going to be streaming Heroes of New Earth. But today, Monday, actually, I will not be streaming because I'm going to the Broncos game, and I'm going to be drunk in a parking lot when the happy hour usually starts. So Dan will be taking over. Dan, do you know what you're going to be playing?
Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto today, of course. Okay, so today's letter is from Will. Dear Dan and John, I've been an avid fan of yours since Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 walkthrough, and since then I've used many of your recent walkthroughs as well as going back and completing older games such as Gears of War 1. That's a good walkthrough. I remember that one. That was a tough game. I've only been able to watch a few of your live streams as I live in the UK. So actually I've had a couple requests. I'm going to start backing up the live streams to YouTube. So if you're in Europe or something like that, or just miss a live stream, I'm going to start kind of categorizing or organizing them on YouTube if you can't catch the live stream on Twitch. So I'll have more info about that when I start to do it. You've even convinced me to buy a number of games just from watching your videos. These are The Binding of Isaac, good game. FTL, great game. Saints Row 4, Rayman Origins, which in turn decided for me to get Rayman Legends, Sleeping Dogs, although that was from John mentioning that he hadn't played a lot of games that he wanted to. Still haven't played Sleeping Dogs. Surgeon Simulator 2013, that's a good game too, and QUBE. To this date, I would have to say that my greatest achievement has been completing Gears 3 on Insane. Although I tried to use your guide for the boss, I had to come up with my own strategy, as it seemed like I would have to wait for months, or wait for the moons to align to get the exact conditions as you had. I don't remember the Gears of War 3 boss. Oh well, I've played too many games, I guess. However, I digress. What I wanted to know is, if you guys didn't run a gaming website, which console would you buy out of the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, or the Xbone? Note, I'm going to put a parameter on that. You can only afford to buy one. Anyways, keep up the good work, and I hope for a lot more drink-alongs. Game on, Will. P.S. How about Dan, John, Carl, and 40-ounce bounce action figures for merchandise? I think a Carl action figure would be pretty cool. So which would I get? I think I would get, if I had to choose one right now, I think I would get the PlayStation 4 over the Xbone. But if I could wait a month, I would wait for all the graphics comparison videos to come out and then decide. And then whichever system the multi-platform games run on best, and whichever, like the Ubisoft games and Call of Duties and shit like that, whichever one those run on best, that's what I would get. With maybe leaning a little bit in favor of the Xbox because of Titanfall. But yeah, I think that kind of answers it. Like the PlayStation 4, I don't have a lot of faith in Sony in developing a good user interface. I think Xbox is going to do a better job doing that. But Sony seems to be putting a lot of effort into making sure that it's very easy for developers to make their games run better on the PlayStation than the Xbox. And I think that's going to be really the deciding factor for, or it should be the deciding factor for a lot of people with what system to get. Yeah, other than that.
Xbox.
Dan, you just straight up Xbox?
Yep.
Why is that?
That would be based on the last generation of consoles.
Mm-hmm.
I think user interface is more important than graphics to me at this point. Graphics are so good. Like GTA 5 is on the current gen, and it looks fantastic.
Well, it's not just graphics; it's smoothness of graphics as well. Like, can it run at a constant 60? And on PlayStation 3 versus the Xbox 360,
I'm not worried about
won
that.
every single game. Well, that's to me, that's the most important factor.
And to me, it's user interface.
Yeah, but user interface is just getting started what you want to play, and if that's a small percentage.
Okay,
of
Xbox Live destroyed PlayStation Online.
Yeah, you're right. They got a lot of catch-up work to do with their online interface. So anyway, I hope that answers your question, but I'm getting both, so I can't fucking wait. So thanks for watching, and game on.
Game on.